Few projects have attained the fame and notoriety that Azuki has. Azuki is a PFP project with 10,000 NFTs and anime influence. Its rise to fame has been marked by unmatched hype, in-depth lore, and unexpected controversy. Azuki first appeared on the NFT scene in January 2022 and quickly won over the hearts of many NFT fans as a potential new blue chip on the market, which at the time was PFP-centric. With a high mint price and a sophisticated roadmap, the still emerging project quickly gained a feeling of exclusivity thanks to the many influencers who dubbed it a hot commodity. The project's founders stated early on that their goal was to build and own the biggest decentralized metaverse brand with the help of their holder community. Azuki became one of the fastest-growing NFT projects ever after months of steady growth. But the collection hit a wall when its creator was connected to several failed and somewhat contentious NFT projects. Azuki appears to have been unaffected by Zegabon's scandal as the project quickly gained momentum and even managed to establish itself in the midst of the collapsing crypto and NFT markets. What's the key to it? Let's take a ride on the NFT project Azuki's roller coaster to find out. The Azuki NFT, what is it? Azuki's core components consist of 10,000 generative avatar NFTs that were released on January 12, 2022. Each token in the Azuki collection is the outcome of a randomized selection of characteristics, like many other PFP projects. Azuki's distinctive aesthetic, which incorporates anime-inspired artwork, has been compared to a cross between the 3D action role-playing game, The World Ends With You, and the fashion sense of the venerable skateboarding publication Thrasher. Azuki was released via Dutch auction, a type of NFT drop in which the sale begins at a certain price and gradually decreases to the final sale price. The Azuki mint price started at 1 ETH and was programmed to decrease by 0.05 ETH every 20 minutes until it reached 0.15 ETH. However, Azuki never achieved 0.15. In fact, it didn't even get to the first price cut because it sold out at the 1 ETH mint price in just 3 minutes. Of course, hype and influencer support were probably factors in the project's quick sellout. However, the extensive project roadmap, discussed in the following section, was unquestionably a significant factor in the project's initial success. Though all roadmap promises must be taken with a grain of salt, it's likely that the community's support and the money raised during the initial sale gave collectors the impression that Azuki's potential was limitless. In order to provide some context, Azuki sold 8,700 NFTs during their open sale, price of $3,400 per ETH at that time. This indicates that on the day of the sale, the project made an initial profit of about 8,700 ETH valued at over $29 million. Azuki whitelist sale was priced at 0.5 ETH each, and a day later the private whitelist sale started, bringing in an additional $2 million for the team. Following the Azuki launch, the collection would go on to generate secondary sales volume of close to $300 million in numerous NFT marketplaces, such as OpenSea and LooksRare. And because we now understand that success in the NFT space breeds more success, the early successes of the Azuki brand quickly drove the project's floor into the double digits in ETH, causing its popularity to soar. Who are the founders of Azuki? Chiru Labs, a team of artists and developers based in Los Angeles with experience in gaming, tech, and cryptocurrency. The group is led by former big tech entrepreneur Zegabon and consists of the aliases 2PM, Flow Location TBA, and Hashiboy. With a long list of industries to be launched under the umbrella Azuki brand, the goal of Azuki is to be more than just a straightforward PFP project. How did Azuki become well known? According to anecdotal evidence, once a project like Azuki becomes well known, its value will probably remain stable, if not increase, so long as the publicity it has generated continues. This unwritten NFT industry rule appeared to have worked out great for Azuki, as Chiru has since made many more millions thanks to the implementation of a 5% royalty fee for each resold Azuki NFT. Putting sales volume aside, the grandeur surrounding the Azuki universe's vision may have been what really got the attention of the larger NFT community. The Chiru team made significant plans for the project's future, known even in the early stages of the development. These plans included immersive 3D experiences, merchandise, exhibits, a native currency called Bean, and much more. Of course, the Azuki collectors community known as the Garden would be the first to have access to these new brand aspects. Owners of an Azuki NFT have access to all of the brand's exclusive releases, streetwear collaborations, live events, and more. But the timing of Azuki's debut can also be blamed for its success. A few anime-themed projects were beginning to ascend the NFT market ranks at the beginning of 2022. Only a few months prior to Azuki, Zero and One Force, for example, had completely taken over the NFT market. However, it seemed to have taken on too much as it lost popularity and left a void in the anime PFP project. However, in early May 2022, when Zagabond wrote a blog post outlining how his previous 3 NFT projects came to an end, all of the momentum that Azuki had begun with came in very real danger of coming to an end. These weren't just any projects either. Rather, they were a small number of projects that had once been important parts of the NFT ecosystem, but had since been abandoned by their original anonymous founding teams. It was discovered that Zagabond was the brains behind the now defunct projects Tendies, CryptoZunks, and CryptoFunks in May 2022. Numerous collectors and enthusiasts believe that the founder of Azuki was accountable for one of the biggest mistakes in NFTs, because some of these, particularly CryptoFunks, were regarded as rug pulls by the NFT community. However, the accusations continued after that. Some pointed to on-chain data that appeared to show how the developer of CryptoFunks executed a wash trade, raising questions about why Zagabond had revealed its information about his failed projects in the first place. Azuki's reputation in the community quickly started to deteriorate, which also caused the floor price to decline. This situation came to a head on May 10th when Zagabond joined a Twitter conversation moderated by well-known NFT community member Andrew Wang to further address the accusations. During the discussion, he offered several different lines of defense, first asserting that he had turned over some of the projects to their respective collector communities, then arguing that there is no set code of conduct for creators. Some of the developers who worked on Zagabond's earlier projects had a very different perspective, with some claiming that these endeavors were more outright frauds than they were failures. Former CryptoZunks team lead DXY accused Zagabond in a Twitter thread of lying about his work, failing to adequately explain what was going on with the project, and abandoning it despite having a number of roadmap events already planned. There were many rumors as to why Zagabond had released the article themselves. One rumor going around Twitter was that another project was going to come out and expose them unless Zagabond did it themselves. In the Twitter spaces with Andrew Wang, Zagabond confirmed that they were getting death threats, along with his family and even members on the Azuki team. Despite the fact that Zagabond's handling of the accusations was widely criticized by the NFT community, he eventually tweeted an official apology and has since been a key player in developing the Azuki brand. What will Azuki do next? The Azuki Beans Collector, Azuki's biggest expansion to date, was released in April 2022. Holders of the original Azuki NFTs received these NFTs for free via airdrop, with the claim that they serve as a sort of sidekick to the Azuki journey. Much like Bored Apes did with Mutant Apes and Doodles did with Space Doodles, Azuki capitalized on the need to grow the brand without diluting the original 10,000 supply collection with Beans. Beans helped lower the entry level into the Azuki ecosystem with a collection of almost 20,000 NFTs, promising future utility to Azuki collectors as the brand's narrative evolves. Additionally, Beans holders received access to a holders-only Discord channel on the Azuki server and will be qualified for upcoming Azuki merchandise drops. Beans will probably play a significant role in the Azuki ecosystem just as the Red Bean, unquestionably a tribute to the Red Pill from the Matrix films, has remained a mainstay of the Azuki community. And as the ecosystem grows, it's obvious that Azuki wants to establish a strong brand both on and off chain. Azuki doesn't appear to be far behind as businesses like Yuga Labs and Doodles continue to lay the foundation for what a Web3 brand might resemble in the real world. Azuki and the Cheer team will probably invest money over the coming years to help bridge the gap between its existence as a PFP NFT community and a comprehensive consumer brand, since they are one of the most well-liked and successful entities in the NFT space.